The Republican Party and religion have been hand in hand forever. They did a Pew Research study last year in November that basically 63% of the GOP thinks that religion is losing influence in American life and that it's a bad thing that that's happening. You can do the research, you can look on Reddit, you can do Google searches and see what the statistics are. Overall, religion is losing ground with younger people, i.e. the people who are going to be running things when all the old people are dead and gone. That's just a fact. You can quantify that with surveys and studies and polls. Less people my age are caring about God. People younger than me, less of them are caring about God. Simple fact. So, the thing is, we don't have to have religion in our politics. I don't feel that we should have religion in our politics. And I don't believe that the founding fathers wanted it. Our forefathers came to America for freedom of religion, to do what they wanted to without the king telling them what to do. And that could include doing nothing. And for a lot of Americans, it includes doing nothing now. And right now, the Democrats have the foothold on being the party that doesn't care what religion you practice. I think that Republicans should be that way too, because there are bigger issues at stake. It shouldn't matter whether or not you believe in God any more than it matters whether or not you like rock and roll. I love rock and roll. I'm not going to base my vote off of that. I'm not going to base, if I was in the Senate, I wouldn't, oh, this guy only listens to hip-hop. I can't work on a bill with this guy. Like, it sounds goofy when I put it that way, but people do it with religion. People do it with religion all the time. People have been doing it forever. That's where all the divisiveness comes from. All the divisiveness that we have in the country right now, I think, can be traced back to two things. One is people getting in other people's business and telling them what to do instead of just living your own life and staying out of other people's way. The second one is religion. All right, let's take a look at some of the major social issues of the day. Gay rights. Republicans tend to not be friendly towards gay rights. And I think that needs to change because it doesn't really matter. I don't see gay people lining up to observe my heterosexual life or my bedroom shenanigans or anything like that. Nobody's inviting me to observe theirs. It doesn't affect my life. Let them do what they want. But you'll have people in the Republican Party who pull out their Bible. Well, it's against God. It's an abomination. Blah, blah, blah. Because if it's not against God, if it's not God that has a problem with it, you just have to admit that you're a homophobe. Racism, interracial marriage and stuff. Like 50 years ago, I couldn't be married to my wife. And there are actual Bible verses that preachers will pull out about, being separate and not intermingling with the people of other nations. I've heard it preached. I went to a Faith Baptist campground in Georgia when I was a teenager and saw a dude get in the pulpit and preach it. Preach it. The same pulpit that people go up to and talk about loving one another. This guy was up there spitting Bible verses that reinforced the belief that a black person and a white person shouldn't get married. So you've got the Bible to defend that, and you don't have to come out and say that you're a bigot. You can come out and say that that it's against God. Just a couple examples of how religion is divisive in American culture.